Hey everybody, welcome to Red Wolf Roundtable here on ASU-TV. Cooper, we got an exciting episode this week. We got a Super Bowl extravaganza, but first, before we get into all the fun and festivities, we got a basketball weekend recap. Cooper, we had an exciting weekend for A-State basketball, men's and women's. Cooper, why don't you go ahead and take the floor and break it away with what we saw this weekend?
Well, Thursday, with the ice and stuff, the game was kind of up in the air for the men's, and, it was one of those games that we let fall from our hands. We lost to ULM, one of the worst teams in our conference. You can't really have that happen. 59-60, hit a shot at the end. It just wasn't really the men's game. I know you were running replay and you had some things you want to say about that game, so I'll let you take it away, but it was just a heartbreaking loss, especially for Norchad. He had an amazing game, 23 rebounds.
Yeah, Norchad, he had a great game. He's been having great games all year. Desi Seals as well. He really fully blossomed to the star player that we've been waiting to see from him all year. But, one thing I really want to touch on was late in the game, we were kind of going back and forth there for the longest time. Ended up having a little bit of a confrontation, and Desi Seals ends up coming and shoving the guy off Norchad. I get he's your teammate, but you just can't have those things because after that shove happened, I think ULM went on a 13-7 run in the game, and it really lost the game for the Red Wolves. You just can't have those games. You just can't have those kinds of things late in the stretch of the game. I get ULM. We really don't like ULM. We don't like Lala neither, but those things you just can't have. But other than that, we had a lot of ice. We had a lot of snow. But the action in First National Bank Arena was red hot. The Red Wolves were fire on all cylinders. As you see the highlights on your screen now, the beautiful lob right there. And it really shows that this team has what it takes, like I've been preaching all year long, that they have what it takes to win the Sun Belt and make a dance run, just like we heard Norchad say on the show.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that they can make a run. They made up for it that Saturday, and the Cajuns came into Jonesboro, Arkansas, and we defeated them, so it was good to get back in the win column. But back to what you were saying about Desi with the Tech. I get he was trying to, as stats come up, he was trying to stand up for a teammate, and you love that, and that's a good teammate. But in situations like that, you just got to let the coach handle it. And, there's the difference of the game, 18% from three-point range, and they were 42.
Right. We've seen that all year. Desi really started the year. He struggled from three-point land. A lot of these guys, they took unnecessary shots. But when you want to win these games down the stretch of the season, you got to hit your open shots. Even looking at field goal percentage, ULM had 43%. Arkansas State had 36%. ULM was really hitting more of their shots. Sure, you look at free throws, and we kind of were even Steven there, even though we had more free throws.
4 for 22.
Yeah, you got to make more than 4. But regardless of that, Coop, you just got to look at it and really understand the story of the game. This was the first game that a lot of people weren't sure that we were going to have, even though that ULM was already here in J Vegas. They were ready to play. We were ready to play. We had things going. But, you just can't have stuff like that later on in the season because, if you look at the standings, it just really shows that once upon a time we were number 1. Then we struggled and went down to number 2. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're like 3 or 4. App State's still holding on to that number 1 spot. And it's just one of those things that you can't have those things if you want to really have a deep run in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, last I checked, we were 3rd in the conference. And, what we did best was, Thursday we lost, a game we shouldn't have lost. We honestly should have won by double figures. And then, you got a home game Saturday, and that place was rocking. You had the biggest crowd we've seen all year. You loved it. It was a big rivalry game, and they bounced back, and they came out with a dub. That's the best thing they could have done.
Right, Cooper. You see in the highlights on your screen now, that game was no secret. These teams came out firing all cylinders, like I've been saying. It was a high, intense rivalry game. You see Norchad with the putback dunk there. It was just one of those things that this is what we've been wanting from the fans all year long. We've been wanting them to come out. We've been wanting them to support. Even our friend Louis Walker, he was there in attendance. Mm-hmm. He told me how it was. And this is something we've been wanting all year from not only the student section, but just fans alike, regardless if you're a student or not. This is the game that everybody needed to come out and support, and they did. And you know what happened? We ended up winning. Yeah. So, it's just one of those things. And put it to you this way, we even had a gigantic howl in attendance for that game. That's how you know that place was going to be Jerry rocking.
Speaking of attendance, we had the star player, one of the star players for the men's team, Norchad. He literally came here for the interview, and ask the fans to come out to the games, get the student section. There's been plenty of times where I've been in the student section at games if I'm not on the court filming for the team and stats come up, but where we have a full student section, but they're sitting there. Starting lineups, you're trying to get the fans get in the game, and when really fans go off of students. At the student section, they're cheering. That gets the fans riled up. We haven't seen that all year, and we need that.
Right. You've seen the stats on your screen now. We shot better 40% from the field, 31% from three-point land. We evened out 16 for 20 for both teams in the free throw land, and they had more turnovers. They had more rebounds. But look at the assists. This is really the game that Desi Seals was able to take over because Norwich had kind of struggled with foul trouble a little bit here and there, just like he did early in the season. But Desi Seals was able to spread the floor out, run the A-State offense just like Mike Bellato wants him to. And this is what happens when you play your brand of basketball. You don't rush things. You play the kind of basketball, that you practice every day, day in, day out, at practice. And it goes to show to you that this is what Norchad was saying. He wants fans. This is what we've been saying. You want fans. And, if the fans, the students themselves, if they go to the games and they get off their phones for 5 seconds and maybe they cheer a little bit harder, you see more stuff like that. But, really, you just got to look at the standings for a second and just really take into account. You see it on the screen now. App State at number 1. They're 9-3. Troy 7-3. And there we are, Arkansas State 6-3, tied with Texas State at 6-3 as well. And really, you just got to go into the rest of the season as we're getting ready for Sun Belt Conference play, for the tournament anyway, and you got to think, okay, App State and Troy need to lose. But, I was looking at the bracket. Jake Williamson, happy birthday to him. He was really showing me the bracket. And, really, if we have the number 2 spot, it's not a bad feat because we'd be playing later on in that evening. Mm-hmm. If we had the number 1 spot, we'd be playing at like 11:30 in the morning. Who wants to play basketball at 11:30 for a conference title? I know I don't. I know Cooper don't. Louis, I don't know if you want to, but, it just goes to show.
I sometimes don't even get out of bed till about noon, so.
Trust me, we all know. But it just really goes to show to you that this has got to change. We've got to win out this season. We got to win the Sun Belt if we want to make the dance, Cooper. So, I just got to ask you, what more does this team need to do in order to win the Sun Belt?
I mean, you just got, honestly, if being realistically, win out from here on. If you want to guarantee that first spot, win out. Now, I know winning, it's hard to do. I mean, Sun Belt, it's competitive because everybody in this conference, they know they have to win the Sun Belt to even get a chance at making the big dance. And so right now, it's going to be competitive. People are trying to get their seeding right. They're trying to get their team together, and they're trying to hope for that Cinderella run. So they're just going to have to play smart basketball. You're going to have to be able to limit the turnovers. So you can limit the turnovers, make your free throws, and get second chance points. I feel like Arkansas State, they got the players, they got the team, they got the coach, and they can do it.
Yeah, Cooper, but, the men weren't the only teams that were playing this weekend. The women, they also played very well. They kind of lost a couple games, as you're seeing on the screen now at the finals. Lafayette beat us at a score of 68-57. That's kind of a game you want to win. In Arkansas State, they were able to go to Louisiana Monroe, and beat the Warhawks 82-60. And, that's just something that the women have got to get better on. Ever since, kind of the announcer drink, so to speak, ever since we kind of talked really good about the team.
Went on a little losing streak.
Yeah, they went on a little bit of a loser streak, but it doesn't matter because, this team still has a chance. They just got to keep winning. They just got to keep winning ball games. And they just got to look at the standings and really able to go into full fruition. I mean, you've seen it on the screen now. We're at the 8th spot. We need to go back up to where we were once upon a time during the early part of the season. Troy, UTA, App State, Little Rock, they're kind of all sitting there at the top 4 spot. Little Rock and App State kind of neck and neck, just like Little Rock and Lafayette are. But Troy and UTA, Troy's kind of been the team that's kind of running both sides of things on the men and the women. They're in top 2.
Well, what I can remember about the women's team is last time I watched them, they had 7 players total. You have the starting 5, and then they had really 2 people coming off the bench. And when you're fighting injuries late in the season, it really hurts you. And I mean, as you saw, they were really ramping up. They were in the first seed. They were feeling good about themselves. They got the coach they wanted, and then it's just the injuring bug came into that locker room and got them. And if we can get players back as Sun Belt Conference gets to come around, get them fresh legs out on the court, I feel like we'll have a good chance, but we just need the injury bug to go away.
Yeah, Cooper. But, speaking of that, we got a lot of exciting things coming up, Cooper. Everybody's favorite game, Madden NFL, is going to be live on Red Wolf Roundtable when we preview the Super Bowl matchup, watch a little bit of the Super Bowl, and hear our thoughts. We'll be right back after this. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Super Bowl coverage here on Red Wolf Roundtable. I'm Tristan Harlan. Joining me now is Cooper Melder. Cooper, what do you think about this exciting matchup we have on our hands?
Well, Tristan, I'm just so excited because you got Matthew Stafford. Now, here's a guy that can throw the football. You want to see a guy that can run a ball. Joe Mixon. Now, here's a guy that can run the ball. I'm a guy. You're a guy. And that's all I got.
Now, before we get under with the Super Bowl festivities, we're going to send it down to sideline correspondent Grayson Murphy, who has a few words with Bengals head coach Louis Walker.
Thank you, guys. Now, Coach Walker, what did you say to the guys to hype them up before the game?
Well, I said we're going to run the football, and we're going to pass the football. It's only important to see win the game of football. It's a Super Bowl after all.
Okay, thank you. Back to you guys in the booth.
Welcome back, everybody, to now live from SoFi Stadium. We're there. We're in LA. We're here for the Super Bowl. Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable, guys. Cooper, we're here at the Super Bowl. How exciting is it?
I wouldn't think being a freshman in college I'll be calling my first ever Super Bowl, but you know what they say, dreams do come true. And with the help of Madden, I'm calling the Super Bowl alongside you in beautiful Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, Cooper, it's time for the most exciting game on one of the most exciting platforms, Madden NFL, EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game. Let's get ready to kick off here from the Super Bowl where the Bengals are taking on the Rams. Cooper, you got any pregame predictions?
Well, pregame prediction, if the Bengals are going to want to win this, they're going to need to hold up the offensive line. The offensive line's going to need to really block well for Joe Burrow. And for the Rams, they just need to get Matty Ice going to Cooper Kupp and have their defense step up big.
Yeah, Cooper, I hope you don't try to go on the field during this little simulation and try to play as Cooper Kupp, because I know you kind of have the similar first names, but you're not Cooper Kupp, you're Cooper Melder.
Well, if I was Cooper Kupp, I'd be making millions, but...
But either way, Cooper, we got an exciting game on your hand. We were waiting the coin toss, and both of these teams come into this game with exciting seasons. Joe Burrow really coming off that nasty ACL tear. Mm-hmm. Joe Mixon coming off a really exciting season as well, playing running back. And Jamar Chase, the exciting rookie. Nobody thought he was going to be this good during the year. During the preseason, he dropped a lot of the passes, said he couldn't see the ball really well because the college ball and the NFL ball is two separate things. But now it is time to put all the money where your mouth is. Time to push all the chips in on the table. It is time for the game, the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, live from Madden 22, the game simulation. As you see, the Rams are actually going to receive the ball, which means the Bengals will get the ball to start the second half. And Cooper, I'm ready to see what these teams are bringing out to the table.
Well, Evan Mcpherson has been playing incredible for the Bengals. He hasn't missed a field goal yet. He hit I think it was about almost 8 against the Titans, something like that. And he's
made the game winner. That's
true. Best 5th round pick kicker of all time, I guess.
All right. And you see Sean McVay on your screen now looking over his plays, trying to decide what he's going to come out first once his team gets the ball. Cooper, to open up the Super Bowl, are you taking it out of the end zone, or are you just going for the touchback?
Now, if it was me, I would be so jacked up that I would catch it, take off, and probably get stuck at the 10-yard line. That's me. I would be taking it out, but that's the reason I'm up in the booth and not on the field.
All right, Cooper. Once upon a time, you were the greatest bench warmer in high school football history.
I carried that JV team. That's all I got to say.
The kick's underway now, and the Rams are going to actually field it at the 2-yard line, about the 10-yard line now. They're making their way, and they're going to get about the 24-yard line. Nowadays, if you take the touchback, you're up to 25, so they only lose 1 yard. As you see Matthew Stafford coming out, the former number 1 pick from the Georgia Bulldogs, the former Detroit Lion. His season stats are on the screen now. And Cooper, just how do you feel about number 1 versus number 1? 2 former number 1 draft picks.
Well, I mean, it's Georgia versus LSU. I mean, who's going to come out on top? But, you know, I like both quarterbacks. They're both great guys. Matthew Stafford, I've always cheered for him. And he's just a great player. Joe Burrows has, the sky's his limit. He's going to be great. But let's see what Matthew Stafford can do. Big game here for him. Let's see if he can prove it.
Stafford takes a snap. He's going to drop back, throws a little screen there, about the 30-yard line now before he gets wrapped up and has enough for the first down. Matthew Stafford has his first pass complete for 11 yards. Man, what a pass that was to Clay Akers.
Well, you see there, they just had a fault Akers there. He got his blocks from his linemen, and the Bengals, they were ready for a deep pass, not really expecting the screenplay there.
Okay, so here we go. 1st and 10 from the LA 35-yard line. Neither team has scored as the game's first started. And Matthew Stafford will hand the ball off, and that run will pretty much go for only 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down for the Rams.
Well, the Bengals D-line, they were ready for the run there. Stuck them with just a 2-yard gain. You know, LA, they're kind of getting Akers going a bit, but I'm just ready for Matthew Stafford and see if he's going to take a shot here soon.
Here we go, 2nd and 8 here from the Rams 37-yard line. Matthew Stafford in the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, looks, has pressure coming. He'll drop off the ball there for a screen pass, and they'll have enough for the first down for the Rams. Matthew Stafford now is 2 for 2 and has thrown for 21 yards and no interceptions yet, Coop.
Well, when you're hitting the checkdowns, that's all you need to hit. And so Matthew Stafford playing smart NFL quarterback football right now.
Yeah, it's still early on in this contest, Cooper. Will we see Matthew Stafford throw a touchdown first or an interception first?
I feel like, if anything, we'll see a touchdown from Stafford before an INT.
Stafford will hand the ball off once again, bounces around inside. Only get a couple yards there. Now they're at their own 49-yard line. 2nd and 8 here for the Rams. Hill has 1 tackle on the game after stopping the running back short of the first down. Waiting the call from the Rams. And, you know, Cooper, just an exciting time to be here live from the Super Bowl here in SoFi Stadium, as Matthew Stafford's going to line up under center now. 2nd and 8 from the Rams, 49-yard line. Stafford's going to hand the ball off, bounces around to the outside, has a gap. He's at the 40, and he has enough for the first down before he's brought down at the Cincinnati 35-yard line.
Yes, that was a great run there from Cameron Akers. He took that to the hole, and that was the first big run. I mean, the 4-down D lineman for the Bengals couldn't really get to them there, as he just took off out running and got tackled by number 21.
I mean, Akers, he had the hole, he had the block, so he's able to get around to the green patch, the patch of green on the field, and get another first down for the Rams and really try to move into Bengals territory as they try to get the first 6 points on the board. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Stafford in shotgun formation. Takes a snap. He'll hand the ball off. Once again, the Rams are just trying to punish the Cincinnati defense, and Sony Michel only gets a couple on that play, if any.
Yeah, I mean, the D linemen, they were ready. They said, all right, you ran away from us last time. Come up the middle, and we'll give you a surprise. And the surprise was a loss. Well, 1-yard gain.
Not to mention the Rams are pretty much playing at home here, so it's 2nd and 9 from the 34-yard line. Stafford drops back, looks, pressure coming, throws it over the middle. It'll be caught by Odell Beckham Jr. for another first down.
OBJ, he was in Cleveland. You know, he was mad. People were thinking he was washed. And then he comes to the Rams with a good quarterback, and he's back to playing like he just caught a 3-finger catch.
Yeah, not to mention another one of the LSU guys coming playing with receivers, catching balls from the Georgia quarterback, as Matthew Stafford now from 1st and 10 from the Cincinnati 19, low man in the backfield. Waiting the snap, he'll take the snap, drops back, look, has it, has a man open, the 5, touchdowns, Los Angeles. What a play that was by Matthew Stafford to get the first 6 points on the board here in the Super Bowl.
Well, they hit the tight end, number 89 there. That was Tyler Higbee, pretty sure. And the Rams come up first here on the board. And let's just see if the young Bengals team, if they're ready to go, and see what Joe Burrow has to respond to this.
Yeah, that was really a Cincinnati breakdown there on the defensive side. I mean, the tight end really just ran a simple post route to the outside. And, you know, as a defensive back, as a middle linebacker, you got to step up and you got to get that ball down. If you can't pick it off, just bat it down, swat it down to the ground as the PAT is up. and it is good. The Cincinnati Bengals are now down 7-0. That scoring summary was 8 plays. Matthew Stafford threw a perfect 4 for 4 on each pass that he tried to go through, and is now Joey Ice. Joe is taking the field now after the kickoff, trying to get his Cincinnati Bengals to tie this ball game up here early.
Well, if the first drive's future to what we're going to see in the rest of the game, the Bengals defense, they looked clueless out there on the secondary. They had Matthew Stafford could hit any check down he wanted. The screen plays were working. You want to go deep, we'll go deep, and then we'll mix in the outside run. So the Bengals defense really needs to work and crack down on the passing game.
Right, so you saw the opening kick. It didn't sail into the end zone for a possible touchback. As the kickoff is away, and Cincinnati will get their first possession of the game. And he'll take it out of the end zone. Here's he at the 10, almost at the 20 before he stopped just shy of the 20-yard line. But the Cincinnati Bengals will take over from their own 19-yard line, losing a couple, which they could have had on a touchback now. As here he comes, Joe Burrow himself, the man that ran the AFC. Joe Burrow, he was able to have a great year, coming off that ACL tear, really the comeback player of the year, so to speak. And now he's got his good friend Jamar Chase on the outside, and excited to see what this Bengals offense can bring now as they start deep in their own territory.
Well, the Bengals offense, like I was saying before the game, the O-line needs to step up big, and they're going to have to be able to run the ball on this scary Rams defense.
All right, so Joe Burrow's going to start under center now. And the snap from him. Takes his time, and he'll just hand the ball off. Breaks one tackle where he's wrapped up, and injury alert. Starting soon. Gaines is gone. He's hurt. Aaron Donald gets his first tackle of the game, and Cooper, they were able to run there and get a couple. We're setting up 2nd and 6 now, as you see. Just a couple of Rams on the sidelines already getting frustrated, throwing your helmet. I'm sure that's probably a bench warmer throwing his helmet because he's not mad he's not playing in the Super Bowl.
Or he just got hurt. Who knows?
Yeah, right. So it's 2nd and 6 now from the Cincinnati 23-yard line. In the huddle with Cincinnati, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, 2 dominant receivers in the AFC. That's probably another one of those receiver duos that you're going to be talking about for many years to come, along with their quarterback Joe Burrow if he stays in Cincinnati. So here we go, 2nd and 6 from the 23-yard line. Joe Burrow steps away from the center on this one, drops back. He will hand the ball off, bounces around the outside before he gets stopped after gaining 2 yards on the play. Joe Mixon now has 6 yards on the day. That's something you just talked about, getting the run game in early. It's 3rd and 4 for the Bengals now. Are we going to see our first 3 and out, or are we going to see a first down here for Cincinnati?
Well, it's going to be how are they going to stop Aaron Donald? Great defensive lineman. They're going to need to watch him on this play.
Burrow drops back, looks, has pressure coming, throws it on the run, and it's intercepted. LA is able to get the INT as Joe Burrow tries to evade from the pressure outside of the pocket, and that's something you don't really see from Joe Burrow, but the Rams are able to get the interception inside their own territory and possibly set up 6 points.
Well, there, as you see, did he have both feet in bounds? They may review it, but it was a great read there. Joe Burrow, he had room to run. I don't know why he didn't really take it, but he forced the pass, and you can't do that as a young quarterback. You got to know when to, can I get this pass or should I just get the first down? And he had the first down if he decided to run.
Right. So I'm guessing by the way that this is going, they're not going to review it, which, I'm sure he may have actually been in bounds. It was just after the catch.
Yeah.
It really wasn't a good look on that replay there. Cincinnati has a turnover early as Matthew Stafford's going to start under center here and on the Cincinnati 34-yard line. He's going to hand the ball off, and he'll break one, almost breaks another, and a flag is going to be thrown, Cooper. This is probably going to be holding on the Rams.
And as it is, because if you're on offense, it's going to 9 times out of 10, if you see a flag, it's going to be holding. So that'll be the first penalty of the game.
We've seen our first turnover. We've seen our first penalty now. Instead of it being 2nd and possible 9, it's going to be 1st and 20 from the Cincinnati 44. And, now that the Rams have found the end zone once, drew first blood, they're looking to do it again as Stafford comes up, lined up under center here, waiting a snap from the Rams. Here we go. The Rams, Matthew Stafford will drop back short, and he'll throw it over the middle. Do believe that is Cooper Kupp with the catch, and he'll be wrapped up about the 30-yard line. Matthew Stafford, he's still 5 for 5, hasn't thrown an incompletion yet. Cooper Kupp got his first catch for about 14 there. Cooper, we're going to be saying Cooper a lot, so
yes.
You better get used to it. It's just one of those things that you got to stop Cooper Kupp and you got to stop Matthew Stafford. But regardless of that, the Rams were able to get some of the yards back off the penalty. It's now 2nd and 6 from the 30. So the LA Rams are looking to really get on the board once again and kind of open up a gap from Cincinnati that they won't be able to manage.
Bengals are going to need to get pressure on Stafford if they want to have a chance this game.
Time's running down here in the first quarter. Stafford's going to drop back. Pressure coming. Throws it over the middle once again to Odell Beckham Jr. He'll get brought down about the 11-yard line. The Rams are slowly creeping in to the end zone to make it a 14-0 lead for the Rams if they are able to find the end zone. Odell has 2 catches now for 33 yards, and that was the first tackle for Waynes of the Bengals.
Well, right now it just looks like the Rams, as it's replay, just wide open, just doing whatever they want to. I mean, they don't need to run the ball because Matthew Stafford can sit down, have a cup of tea, eat a hot dog if he wanted to, grab a thing of nachos, just sitting back there in the pocket.
Offensive breakdown now. They've thrown the ball 6 times, ran it 4 times on this drive. Stafford is going to hand it off up the middle, and that play will really go nowhere. If anything, they'll only get 1 yard. Now Akers has 4 rushes for 22 yards. And, you mentioned Stafford getting a little bit of tea there, Cooper, and I'm sure with how the pressure's been coming so far, I don't think you'll have enough time for tea per se. Maybe a nice, adult beverage, as, you like to say, is now it's 2nd and 9 here from the 10-yard line. 10 seconds left in the first quarter as time slowly ticking away. Stafford's going to send a man in motion. He's going to fake the handoff to the tight end, hand it off to his running back, and just breaking free almost is Akers as he gets to the 5-yard line. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. The Rams are up 7-0 here in the Super Bowl, Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, the Rams, they capitalized early on their opening drive, took it downfield, pretty easily scored, and then the defense came up big, picked the pass off, and now the Rams are looking to capitalize off the turnover.
So now we get ready to start the second quarter. The Rams are in prime scoring position on the Cincinnati 5-yard line. It's 3rd and 4. Cincinnati really needs to stop here and bend, don't break. And Stafford lines up under center here. He's probably going to hand the ball off once again. And no, he's going to drop back, looks to throw, has a man open, throws it to the corner of the end zone, but he just overthrows him, incomplete. It's going to be 4th down, and that was Stafford's first incompletion. What are the Rams going to do here? Are they going to kick it, or are they going to go for 6?
As Matt Gay walks out onto the field, I'm sure they're going to kick it. Just take your 3 points. It's the Super Bowl. It's early. You don't need to do anything too crazy just yet.
That is what they're going to do. Is Gay lines up for the short field goal. The kick is up, and the kick will be good as the Rams now go up 10-0 after the failed touchdown pass from Stafford and a little bit of wishy-washy, the flag on the first real play of the Rams drive after the interception. So now the Rams have a 10-0 lead as Joe Burrow looks to come back out in his first Super Bowl. And it's also Matt Stafford's first Super Bowl. And now Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals look to come out after this kickoff and really get their offense going the way it's been going all year.
Like you're saying, it's both quarterbacks. These are both of their first Super Bowls. One's in their 2nd year, one's been in the league since I can remember. So Joe Burrow, I mean, yes, it's Matthew Stafford's first Super Bowl, but will experience come out and say, these veterans have a little bit more playing time?
And that kickoff will be a touchback as the return may just need it down the end zone. So here comes the Bengals starting off on their own 25-yard line. Joe Burrow so far in this game has already thrown an interception. Joe Mixon's got a couple yards rushing. And now are we finally going to see the Burrow-Jamar Chase connection like we've been seeing all year?
I mean, if they want to get something going, if I'm going to take a shot, I'm looking for Jamar Chase no matter what.
Right. So it's only a matter of time before Jamar Chase hits the gritty as he gets across that gridiron for 6. Now it's really a truth or consequences, so to speak. Rams have 116 yards, and the Cincinnati Bengals only have 6. Joe Burrow drops for the snap, hands it off, has open room, tries to break away from the stiff arm, and Joe Mixon's able to only get a couple. Now it's 2nd and 4 here from the Cincinnati 31-yard line as time is slowly ticking away here in the first half.
Well, Joe Mixon there really went for the stiff arm a little bit early. If he would have kept on trotting through, he could have got the first down and even more.
All right, so here we go. Joe Burrow is the lone man in the backfield here. So he's waiting the snap, has a couple receivers out wide. Joe Burrow is going to throw it quick over the middle, and that's going to be caught there for a couple yards and a fresh new set of downs for the Bengals.
Now it's Tyler Boyd coming up with his first reception for 7 yards. Boyd, he's a receiver you don't need to sleep on. Everyone's worried about Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Well, you got to watch out for Tyler Boyd. He will get you.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Joe Burrow in the shotgun formation. Middle drop back, has pressure coming. Throws it over the middle once again. And that's just a beautiful catch there for a fresh new set of downs and sets it up right on the dead center of the shield.
And once again, Tyler Boyd, Joe Burrow, really trying to, hit his check downs, and that's a smart thing to do before you take a shot. Check down, check down, check down, run the ball, then take your shot.
All right, so now Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, they've been able to open up the pass game as he lines up under center now. Mixon's the running back behind him. And here we go. Joe Burrow is going to send a man in motion from left to right on the top of your screen. And the play clock's winding down. Burrow's going to drop back, throws it, and that'll be caught once again. That time it's going to set up another fresh new set of downs here for the Cincinnati Bengals.
They hit the tight end, C.J. Uzman there. What a great pass. Joe Burrow's really finding his stride this drive. Defense had a big stop there on the goal line, so maybe the Bengals can figure something out and get on the board here.
Right, and the Rams defense, they've really been breaking down so far in this drive through the passing game. The first drive they got the interception. Now they've been kind of leaving guys open here left and right. And now it's 1st and 10 from the the Rams 35-yard line. And Joe Burrow, play clock winding down. He's just going to hand the ball off, and that play is going to go absolutely nowhere. Aaron Donald's able to get back in the backfield and stop that play before anything gets going.
Well, if you're going to want to run the ball, you're going to have to do whatever you can to stop Aaron Donald. When watching that play when Joe Burrow threw his pick, they had the double team on Donald, which they're going to have to do all game.
Right, so now it's 2nd and 9 from the 35-yard line. 3:30 left to go in the first half. As the play clock's going to start now. Joe Burrow, the lone man in the backfield, has receivers out wide, 2 on each side. Burrow is going to take the snap, drop back, looks, throws it to an open tight end, and that's going to set up a fresh new set of downs here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Move those chains for the Bengals.
Well, C.J. Uzma back again with another catch. That would be his second catch for 28 yards. The tight end is such a great position. He can block for you, and he can go out and catch passes, and he's a very versatile player.
Here we go, 1st and 10 now, 2:45 left to go in the first half of play. Joe Burrow is going to hand the ball off to Joe Mixon. He's only going to get maybe about 2 yards on that play. It's going to set up 2nd and 8 for the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Bengals, they've really been struggling all game to get the run game going, but with the Rams' good defensive linemen and the great linebackers, they're going to have a tough time trying to run the ball.
All right, so here we go. The Bengals have called an even 5 for 5 on both the rushes and the passes. Joe Burrow drops back, throws a quick strike over the chain for the first down as the Cincinnati Bengals set up inside the Rams' 5-yard line. Who else but Joe Burrow to get the guys right there? Is Morgan Jr. just able to get that pass over the middle, the quick strike from Burrow, and set up what possibly could be the first 6 points of the Cincinnati Bengals Super Bowl.
Well, it's just a great read there, wide open, coming off the slant. The Rams defense, they really don't have a question for the passing game this drive.
2-minute warning now here in the Super Bowl, and the Rams are up 10-0 as the Cincinnati Bengals look to punch it in for the first points of this Super Bowl. Cooper, so far, what are you expecting from the Bengals so far in this drive?
Well, right now, I feel like it's a lose if they don't come out there with 6 points. So, I feel like they will take a shot here with the play action.
Here we go, 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Burrow under center. He's going to drop back, looks, has pressure coming. He's going to kind of strike for the Cincinnati touchdown.
And Joe Burrow just, I'm going to go under center, anticipate the run, just back out and find the open man for a touchdown.
Who else to find it? Well, that wide open touchdown pass, but number 85 from Clemson University, T. Higgins. And that was just a great pitching catch from Joe Burrow to T. Higgins. As now the Bengals are only down by 3.
Well, one guy we haven't said yet, Jamar Chase. I'm wondering if Jalen Ramsey is really having his way with him.
And now we wait the PAT from the Cincinnati Bengals. Here it comes. The kick is up, and the kick is good. That play, his scoring was 9 plays, 76 yards, and 3:56 time limit. Joe Burrow went a perfect 6 for 6 and ended up with the touchdown.
You have the ultimate dab there. I don't know if we're bringing that dance move back. I sure hope not. But, the Bengals, you really hope they can get a stop here because they do get the ball to start the second half.
Right, so the Cincinnati Bengals, Mcpherson is going to set up the line to kick. This first kick of the game didn't necessarily go in the end zone for a touchback, And now this one possibly could to start the Rams off deep in their own territory. So we're going to wait the kick here from the Bengals. Minute 57 left to go, and here it comes. And the kick is all the way to just about the end zone mark as the Rams will bring it outside and break away to the outside to about the 24-yard line. The Rams will take over, only losing a yard if they would have been able to take the touchback. So now the returner has 22 yards per return so far in the Super Bowl. And here comes Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford. Last drive, they were able to get the ball down the field and get 3 points on the board. So what now? Do the Rams find the end zone once again, or possibly can the Cincinnati Bengals defense step up and get a turnover here?
Well, the Rams know that the Bengals get the ball second half, so I feel like working with 3 timeouts, they're going to go downfield, and you got to score here because if you come away with 3 again, the Bengals have a chance to take the lead their next drive once they get the ball, but the Rams just going to see what they're going to do here.
Stafford lines up under center. He's going to drop back, looks, has a man, and that was almost intercepted, but the pass will just be tipped away as he tried to throw that little corner route on the sideline, but Cincinnati was able to get their defensive back over there to tip the ball out of bounds, so it's now 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Well, if we were playing NCAA 14, I'm sure I would hear Kirk saying, this cornerback wanted to play wide receiver. You know why you're not playing wide receiver? Because you can't catch the ball.
Well, regardless of that, Cooper, I just want to take a moment to remind everybody that this is Madden 22 live from EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game. So here we go, 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line. Stafford's going to drop back, take a quick strike to Odell Beckham Jr., going to be short of the first down marker, and he'll be brought down about the 34-yard line. And here it is, 3rd and inches. For the Los Angeles Rams, Odell, the Rams were almost able to get that first down marker. And Cooper, now that time's winding down in the first half, are the Rams going to be able to get some sort of points on the board before Cincinnati's able to get the ball back?
I'm not really sure. They sure look like they're just taking their sweet time as they're going back with the screen.
That play was almost blown up by Cincinnati's D lineman, and Stafford's now is 8 for 10, 107 yards and 1 touchdown. And the Rams now have 107 passing yards as time just keeps ticking down, slowly but surely, trickling down as the clock. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go here in the first half. And, Cooper, this has kind of been a slow defensive battle as of late.
I mean, really, both offenses are really just taking their time trying to get downfield. I mean, we saw that one turnover thrown by Joe Burrow with the interception. But besides that, both offenses have really easily made their way downfield against the defense.
Right, so here we go, 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. The clock's going to start back up. We now hit 1 minute, and as a timeout's going to be called. Timeout will be called with just about 1 minute left to go in the Super Bowl. Cooper, what a strategic play call that was by the Rams.
Well, I don't know why they didn't call the timeout maybe about 15 seconds ago, but everyone, this is Madden, so anything can happen.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to retract what I said. I did say timeout in the game, but I meant the half. But, just the excitement of the Super Bowl gets you kind of jumpy a little bit. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Stafford drops back, looks, has pressure coming, throws it over the middle. That's going to be caught for the first down there for the Rams. Another timeout is going to be called, so they look to edge their way to field goal position so they can get 3 on the board before the end of this half.
Watching this, like you're saying, this is such an interesting game plan right now for the Rams to, waste time, get up, call a timeout, and then now they wasted another. Now they're down to 1.
So, yeah, the Rams are able just to slowly but surely get their guys in position to really go up by even more to end the first half. So here we go. Stafford drops back, looks, throws it over the middle, and just overthrows his tight end just by a hair. And now we'll bring up 2nd and 10 as Stafford just couldn't really find his mark there as he felt the pressure coming. In first Super Bowl jitters, he just drops back and just knocks it too far over to lead his guy for a 2nd down.
And I'm sure we won't see Stafford do that again. He's such a great quarterback, and to overthrow a wide-open man like that, you rarely see that from him.
53 seconds left. Stafford's going to drop back once again. O-line's having a field day, and that's just going to be a dump off to the running back, and he'll be dropped around the 38-yard line. 3rd down coming up for the Rams.
I'm not really sure if the Rams are in field goal range. They have 1 timeout left. If I'm the Rams, I'm hurrying to the line and trying to get 1 more play off and try to then get into a field goal range area.
Right, so time's slowly ticking down now. 34 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter. 3rd and 7. What are the Rams going to do? I think they're going to try for one last shot before they try to get their field goal unit out there. Stafford's going to drop back. Looks. Pressure coming. The O-line's doing a great job protecting. He's going to throw it over the middle to his running back, and he will be brought down about, I want to say, 1 yard short of the first down marker. And now 15 seconds left. Do you call your last timeout and get your field goal unit out there, or do you take that one last shot to the end zone?
Well, it's 4th down. You got to take the timeout. If it was 3rd down, I would say maybe call a timeout and take a shot. But since it is 4th down, you're going to go ahead, call a timeout with about 2 seconds, 1 second left, and go ahead and take your 3.
Right, not to discredit Cincinnati's defense. That was a great stop there to really not allow the fresh new set of downs. As time's going to keep winding down here. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and the Rams are going to get the kickoff.
They had a timeout and they didn't call it.
My good night.
Like I said, this is Madden. Anything could happen.
Well, you know, Cooper, it is halftime, and we have a very interesting halftime show coming up. You know, Cooper, it's going to be very, very interesting, so stick around for the halftime show here at Super Bowl on Red Bull Friday. Welcome back to the second half of the Super Bowl. The Rams are up 10-7. Cooper, that was an entertaining halftime show. I don't know what you thought about it, but I thought that was a great performance by Casper the Ghost.
Yes, I mean, what you know about Snoop D-O-double-G Dog, but, you know, the ending of this first half was insane. The Rams had a chance to kick the field goal. I mean, they were lined up and they let the clock run out and they had one timeout left. So if it's anything like this for the second half, we got a good one for sure.
Right, so, you know, just in case you missed it, the Rams had a chance to go up by even more. They had the chance to kick the field goal, but they had one timeout, didn't call it as the Rams kicked the ball off to start the second half, and that'll be short of the end zone, so no touchback for the Bengals here. Almost breaks away to the outside, but he'll get brought down about the 27-yard line, gaining 2 yards had he would have got the touchback. So here we go. Joe Burrow, Joey Ice comes back on the field. Last time he was out here, he was able to find T. Higgins. He was able to find Uzma to get the touchdown, to get the Cincinnati Bengals on the board. So now, do we finally see Jamar Chase get the ball, hit the gritty, and tell Jalen Ramsey why he's trash and why he deserves to be back in Jacksonville?
Well, I mean, right now, Jamar Chase, we haven't called his name just yet, but the Bengals, they have a fresh clock, fresh team coming out of halftime, so I'm sure we will have to see Jamar Chase get involved here sooner or later.
So we go 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line of the Bengals. Joe Burrow is going to drop back, throws a quick out route to his running back, and that'll only be enough for about 2nd and 8, 2-yard gain there. Not bad. You know, you'd like to see a little bit more than 2 yards on every play from a running back or even a quarterback. So now the Rams, they've only allowed 69 passing yards, Cooper, and you know, that's just one of those things that now that the Bengals are slowly working their offense into this game, they're able to find the weaknesses inside the Rams defense. As here we go, 2nd and 8. Burrow is going to hand the ball off to Mixon. Mixon almost getting around to the outside, tries to spin around before he's dropped down. Short of the first down marker, it's 3rd and 3 from the 34-yard line.
Just a great run there. The Bengals finally getting a really good run. Usually we see 1 yard there, 2 yard, but a big gain there for the Bengals has set up an easier 3rd down.
Here we go, Joe Burrow now, low man in the backfield, about 5 receivers out wide now. Burrow's going to drop back, throw a quick strike, and that's going to be caught for the first down of the Cincinnati Bengals.
And just a great pitch and catch. I thought he was going to drop it, but T. Higgins reached down and grabbed it to get the first down.
You know, that's why Stick'em's a big thing in the Super Bowl. You know, you got that low pass, you got to move those chains, and that was just a great pass by Higgins as the Rams defender tried to make a diving catch for the ball, and that was actually Jalen Ramsey. You know, should have known by the way that man was moving. But here we go. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Time just winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Great game so far. Burrow back in the shotgun formation. He's a lone man in the backfield. 4 receivers out wide. Tries to call an audible. Burrow's going to drop back, throw another quick strike, and that's just finds nobody there for the incompletion, which will bring up 2nd down for the Bengals.
Joe Burrow, he had plenty of time, and he just rushed that throw. I mean, the play didn't even get to really develop. Not sure what he was thinking there. Maybe just rookie jitters of being his first Super Bowl, but you're going to have to let the play run out.
Here we go, 2nd and 10 here from the 44-yard line. Burrow drops back once again, has pressure coming. He throws it off the back foot. That'll be caught by Jamar Chase just outside the 40-yard line, and now he got brought back down by the 35-yard line. That'll set up first new set of downs to the Bengals, and there that man is, Jamar Chase. Get gritty with it because that was his first catch of the Super Bowl.
He's finally in the stat sheet. He got a 20-yard gain there. Joe Burrow just kind of getting out of the pocket real quick. Jamar Chase trying to outrun his defender, but the cut there made him get tackled.
All right, so here we go. First new set of downs. Just about around 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter of play from the Rams' 35-yard line. Burrow under center now for this play. Waiting the snap. He's finally under center. Burrow thought he was going to send a man in motion, but he won't. He'll hand the ball off to Mixon. Mixon had the outside. He could have took it to the house, but instead he'll try to break down back inside the gap, but he'll get brought down by Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines really was a delayed blitz there, so if he would have hit the outside, he would have had probably a first down even more, but he cut back towards the middle where all the D linemen were, and he just got sacked for a loss there.
You know, that's Madden at its finest, Cooper.
Yes, there he is. You never know what the CPE is going to do.
So we go 2nd and 11 from the 36-yard line now. 3 minutes, 27 seconds left to go. Burrow in the shotgun formation. He'll drop back, looks, throws it, had a man open, but the cut was just too much as that's another incompletion. Could have been an interception, but that brings up 3rd and 11 here for Cincinnati.
And Joe Burrow once again getting too antsy, trying to get the ball out quick. If he waited, he had a wide open man streaking downfield on a little wheel route.
Here we go, 3rd and 11 from the 36-yard line. Bengals may be in field goal range, And here we go, Burrow going to call for the snap. He's going to drop back once again, pass the game on fleek, and he'll just be brought down, wrapped up, and socked in the backfield.
And well, Floyd there just got off his defender like it was nothing. Threw the offensive lineman aside and said, all right, let me get my first sack here in the Super Bowl, and Joe Burrow goes down for a huge loss.
Just like Grandma used to say about the biscuits at breakfast time, like a hot knife going through butter.
Yes.
That defensive lineman was able to get off the O-lineman and get the sack, which will bring up a 4th and long for the Bengals, and they're probably going to punt it away here.
Well, you hate to take the sack there. You got to honestly throw the ball away because now you were pretty much in field goal range. You could have got 3, but now there's no point in taking it.
That's going to be a high punt here. You know, fair catch will be called, and that punt will bounce exactly to the 1-yard line. What a great punt there that was by Cincinnati to set the Rams up deep in their own territory, as now Matt Stafford comes up with his backed up against the wall, and now Cincinnati's defense looks to stop the hopes and dreams of Matty Ice in the Super Bowl.
Well, the Bengals, great special teams moment there, great punt. Just whatever you do on defense, don't do what A-State did twice in football and give up a 99-yard touchdown.
Right, so now 2 minutes, 47 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Rams are up 10-7 from their own 1-yard line. Stafford under center, probably going to hand the ball off to Akers, just like the CPU usually does in these types of games. Stafford will hand the ball off up the middle. That play really doesn't go anywhere, but it almost gets them outside the end zone. As now instead of at the 1, they're at the 5 for 2nd and 6.
Well, I'm surprised the Bengals weren't sending more of a rush there. If I'm playing defense and I see, okay, well, I can get a safety here and get the ball back, I'm sending everybody.
All right, so here we go, 2nd and 6 from the 5-yard line. 2:19 left to go in the third quarter of play. Stafford going to hand the ball off to Akers once again, almost up the middle. Sometimes words are hard. And they don't get enough for the first down, but it's now 3rd and 3 from the 8-yard line. LA was able to get outside of their own end zone. So now it's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Rams.
Well, the Bengals, this could be a huge stop for them if they can force the punt team to come out, because they would get great field position on the offensive end if they can force a punt.
Now we're just about hovering over 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Slowly but surely, it's been a defensive battle the whole game as the Rams are only up by 3. Here we go, 3rd and 3 from the 8-yard line. Stafford still under center, has yet to throw a pass on this drive. He'll hand it off once again to Akers. Akers is going to be wrapped up, and will he get the first down?
That's going to be close.
It's going to be 4th and inches for the Bengals, and what a great stop that was by the Bengals defense. And the Rams probably going to punt this ball away to give it back to Joe Burrow in the Cincinnati offense.
Well, Sean McVay's talking it up. He's a younger coach. He may be like Lane Kiffin, where he goes for it on 4th down every time. But this is the Super Bowl. You don't want to not get it. and then you're kind of in a bad situation. So we're just going to have to wait and see here.
So, I mean, that was a great stop by the Cincinnati defense, and Sean McVay obviously isn't too pleased with his run game on that play. And here we go. Yep, the Rams are going to punt it. And from the 10, the Rams are going to punt it to give it back to Joe Burrow on the offense with just a little bit of time left to go here in the third quarter. What a beautiful punt that is. It's going to be fielded at about the Bengals' 40-yard line. Breaks away from one tackle, has around the outside before he's brought down at about the 48-yard line. So here comes Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati offense. You know, the last time they were out there, they really didn't get a lot going. Burrow kind of threw a lot of questionable passing today. He's 9 for 12 for 100 yards, has a touchdown and an interception. So now it's time to see, can Joe Burrow come back in clutch moments and really get the Cincinnati offense going in the third quarter?
Well, a player they're going to need to get going a lot more if they want to win this game is Jamar Chase. He only has one reception so far, and we're almost to the fourth quarter. So if you want to get going and win, find Jamar Chase.
So Joe Burrow, he's going to be in the shotgun formation just like he was on the last drive. 4 receivers out wide. Burrow's going to throw a quick pass, and once again, Burrow just didn't let the play develop and just throws a quick little pass out and just finds an incomplete pass to the grass, and now it's 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line.
Well, if he did let the play draw out, he had Jamar Chase on a streak, and it would have been one-on-one with a deep safety.
So we go 2nd and 10 now. Burrow, instead of being in the shotgun, he's going to be under center now. Mixon's the running back behind him. Burrow will take the snap. Passes again. That'll be caught by Jamar Chase for the first down of the Bengals. Move them chains because now they are at the LA 40-yard line. And we have 60 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Jamar Chase has 2 receptions for 32 yards. And Joe Burrow is really telling his offensive lineman, hey, stay accountable for your block. Stay accountable for what your assignment is and keep your man off my tail so I can get these guys in the end zone.
Joe Burrow, he's only been sacked 1 time, so he doesn't really need a rush.
We go 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake the handoff. Stands in the pocket. Bades throws it off the back foot. That'll be intercepted by the Rams.
What an interception there. That'll be the 2nd interception. Williams coming up big. I mean, I thought he was going to have Jamar Chase there. It was very close. Wow.
And that's just one of them animation things that Jamar Chase, had this actually been the Super Bowl, probably would have had that catch. But regardless of that, you can't throw off your back foot, even if you got former Defensive Player of the Year Aaron Donald on your tail. If you got to run. If you got to throw it out, throw it out. But you can't throw costly interceptions, especially with 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. So here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. The Rams haven't been able to get across midfield in the past 2 drives. Will they look to change that? Maybe so. But, you know, now it's the time for the Rams to really run away with this game and get in the end zone and make the deficit too far for the Bengals to come back. So here we go from the 25-yard line. Matt Stafford's under center now. Has a running back behind him. He'll drop back, looks to throw, pressure coming. He just stays in the pocket, pulls a cucumber. He'll throw it, and that'll just be thrown out of bounds for an incomplete pass. It brings up 2nd and 10 with 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play.
I'm surprised the Rams didn't have anyone open because, like you're saying, sitting back there cool as a cucumber. I mean, as much time as he had, someone should have saw that and moved around and get open.
We go 2nd and 10 now from the 25-yard line. 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Stafford's going to drop back. Just throws a quick one over the middle to OBJ. He'll be stopped well behind the first down marker, brings it up 3rd and 3 for the Rams. 19 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The third quarter probably just going to wind down before the Rams can get another play off, sending us to the fourth quarter of play. You know, you look at the passing yards, and the Rams have really been able to open up that passing offense more, as times it's going to trickle down here in the third quarter. Stafford, shotgun formation. He won't get the snap off, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter here from the Super Bowl. The Rams still up 10-7. Cooper, we're looking for an exciting photo finish here in the Super Bowl. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, the Bengals, if you're going to give up points on this drive, you got to just give up 3. But 3rd and 3, you have another chance to get your defense off the field, force a punt. So if I'm the Bengals, I'm saying, all right, guys, man coverage, we're sending the house.
So we got 6 minutes left to go in the game to decide the world champions of the National Football League. From the own 32-yard line, Stafford, high snap, drops back, looks, throws it to the sideline, and I don't think he got that pass off, and I think he did.
Wow.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams.
I thought Cooper Kupp was out of bounds as he's been having a quiet game. Both started receivers with only 2 catches on both sides.
Right, so now that opens up the first play of the fourth quarter. The Rams are able to get across that first down marker. So from their own 37, 1st and 10, Stafford under center. They're probably just going to start running the ball, running the clock out. Stafford's going to drop back, has pressure coming, and that'll be an incomplete pass for 5 minutes, 42 seconds left. And, now 2nd and 10, the Rams are still in the lead 10-7 from their own 37. Now, Cooper, what else can you do but just keep your head on a swivel and just really get the guys going so you can really make sure this deficit expands so the Bengals can't come back?
Well, the Rams, they've really shied away from the run game. So if they really want to, get things going, they need to go back to the run game. They need to just keep running the ball and just keep going. As Stafford, he's going to be in shotgun once again. He's going to take the snap. It's going to be pass. He drops. He looks. He finds an open man and just couldn't get the cut there and just falls out of bounds.
Right. I mean, now that it's 3rd and 9 from their own 38-yard line, if the Bengals get a stop here, they have a chance. They have a chance to get their kicker, the 5th-round draft pick, the best 5th-round draft pick in NFL history, in my opinion. Really get the guys going, maybe get 3 points, maybe get in the lead here while time's winding down. But here we go. Stafford going to drop back, has pressure coming, stays in the pocket. It's going to throw it to the sideline, and that will be, I do believe it'll be incomplete. So it's going to be 4th and 9 here for the Rams, as they're probably going to punt this ball right back to the Cincinnati offense.
2 questionable play calls, back-to-back play calls for Tyler Higbee. But it's like they waited too long to throw it to him, because when they threw it to him, he was basically already out of bounds.
Right, so, here we go, 4th and 9. The Rams are just going to punt this ball away since they are in their own territory. 20 seconds left on the play clock. Here comes the punt. High punt. Goes across midfield. Now going to be fielded about the 15-yard line. Didn't call for the fair catch. Questionable decision, but now the Bengals will have the ball at their own 17-yard line. Now is the time for Joe Burrow to get Jamar Chase into the game, really get the ball to him, get him down the sideline so he can score and get this thing going for Cincinnati.
Well, if Joe Burrow's going to want to lead the comeback and get their first lead of the game, he's going to need to be patient and let the play develop. And if you're getting rushed, get out of the pocket and just throw the ball away, and you'll be okay.
Well, that's really been the story of the game, is Joe Burrow not been able to get outside of the pocket and really get that ball out of bounds. But here we go, 1st and 10 from the 17. Burrow's going to drop back. His pressure coming, and he'll be wrapped up and sacked for, I think, the 2nd time in this game, as Von Miller will finally get his first sack on the board, his first tackle anyway. The Rams are allowing 117 yards, so now it's 2nd and 14 after the sack from Von Miller, former impact player in the Super Bowl 50 when the Broncos beat the Panthers. And, that's just one of the things that now Burrow can't allow any more sacks. He's got to have a perfect drive here to get his team back in this game.
Well, the O-line, they need to crack down on it, because Aaron Donald and Von Miller finally showing up. They have been killing them.
Here we go, 2nd and 14 from their own 13. 4:49 left to go in the game. Burrow drops back, has pressure coming. He's just going to keep backing up. He'll throw it over the middle to Jamar Chase. Jamar tried to break away from one. Doesn't do so, but now it'll be 3rd and short for the Bengals from their own 23-yard line. The Bengals got to get on the ball. They got to get a play going here, because time's winding down, and I don't think they're going to be using any of their timeouts just about yet.
Well, they may not even use it at all, as we saw the Rams earlier before halftime. But if you want to win, find your star wide receiver, as he did there.
3rd and 4 here from the 23-yard line. Burrow's going to drop back, throws it to his tight end. That's going to be caught. He got a little bit more than just the first down, and that's going to be Uzma for the first down for the Bengals.
Well, they're really kind of picking it up there. Joe Burrow, after that sacks, probably said, come on, what are y'all doing out there? You need a block for me. And so now he's getting the blocks and he's getting the easy checkdowns.
Here we go, 1st and 10, fresh new set of downs here. Exactly 4 minutes now left to go in the game. The play clock did start as I said that. So now from their own 35-yard line, Burrow is going to be back in the shotgun. 3 receivers out wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Burrow is going to drop back, looks, throws it to his star receiver, Jamar Chase, and that's going to give the Bengals enough for another first down. As time's just going to keep going and going, as they have 151 total yards, and Jamar Chase has 4 receptions for 54 yards.
Well, the Bengals looking really comfortable now, putting up a little drive together. Maybe they can find the end zone. 3 points will tie the game up, but I know they want to get the lead.
Here we go, 3 minutes, 14 seconds left. Burrow's going to drop back, stays in the pocket, just going to throw it to his Mixon, as that's enough for another first down, as the Bengals, they're now in LA territory, just around the 3-minute mark here left in the game, Cooper. We're in for an exciting finish here from the Super Bowl. Just want to take a minute to remind everybody, you're watching Red Wolf Roundtable on ASU-TV. This Super Bowl is presented by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game, Cooper. We're in for an exciting finish.
Yes, we are right now. It's close game. Anything can happen.
Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Burrow is going to drop back, throws a quick strike to his receiver, and that's just going to be not enough for another first down, but enough for 2nd and short, as that once again goes to another pass for Burrow, and Burrow is able to exceptionally move the ball as Tyler Boyd gets another catch in tonight's Super Bowl.
Well, the Rams, they've really strayed away from the pass rush, which I'm surprised. I would expect them trying to go at this younger offensive line more.
Burrow is just going to throw it to the outside to his tight end, and I do believe he got enough for another first down. The Cincinnati Bengals are driving, and I don't think they're looking in any rearview mirror as of late.
No, they put the car in 4-wheel drive, and they're on the move now. And they did get out of bounds, so they may have one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, 1st and 10 from the LA 28-yard line. The clock did stop due to the out of bounds. Burrow is going to drop back from the snap. Looks, throws it over the middle. I do believe that's to Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is fighting, rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling. Gets to about the LA 15-yard line. And now the 2-minute warning's coming up, Cooper. The Cincinnati Bengals are looking to punch it in as we hit the 2-minute warning here from the Super Bowl.
Well, whatever the Bengals do, just don't turn the ball over. You're in a position where if you take a sack, it's not the worst thing in the world because you can still get 3. So Joe Burrow is looking up to get the first lead of the game here for them.
Burrow under center now from the 15-yard line. Sends Jamar Chase in motion. Burrow is going to fake the handoff to Jamar Chase. Hands it to Mixon. If you would have ran that jet sweep there, you could have gotten the end zone. As Mixon now has 8 rushes for 23 yards. Time slowly trickling down. This is Cincinnati's game to lose. They have the best kicker in the league. All they need to do now is just get another first down and run their offense as need be.
Well, if they did hand the ball off to Jamar Chase, I think he would have got the outside corner and scored there.
Burrow, low man back. He's going to drop back, looks from the 12-yard line. That's going to be caught by Uzma. He almost gets into the end zone, but he'll be stopped shy at about the 2-yard line. There's now 1:27 seconds left to go here in the Super Bowl. Exciting game so far. Bengals have 203 yards. Sample has one reception for 10 yards. Time slowly trickling away. This is the Bengals game to lose. They need a touchdown. If they're going to get a touchdown, they're going to get it here. Burrow still the low man of the backfield from 1st and goal from the 2. 1:10 seconds left. Burrow is going to drop back, looks, pressure coming. He throws it to the back of the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for the Cincinnati Bengals. What a play that was drawn up by Joe Burrow, as now the Bengals go on top 13-10 with 1:07 seconds left to go in the Super Bowl.
Well, Joe Mixon got into the end zone and really snuck behind the defense and got right behind them in the back of the end zone, like you said, and caught a wonderful pass and made sure both feet were down. Now, you want to think, did the Bengals leave too much time on the clock as the Rams have 1:07, Matthew Stafford at quarterback, 3 timeouts, but they could be thinking they don't have, it's a booth review.
Booth review inside 2 minutes. The teams can't challenge it, but the booth sure can. Mixon, did he get the touchdown? And that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown.
I think this was unnecessary. A naked eye could see that.
They're looking to see if he had possession, but he had 2 feet down. Did Mixon have possession with the ball when he had 2 feet in bounds? We're waiting the referee's decision. What will the zebra say in the Super Bowl? And I think they're gonna say he scored. I think that's what the call is. Right here comes the referee. And of course, nobody can hear it, but he says the call on the field stands, touchdown for Cincinnati. So what a great play there was by Burrow and Mixon to get into the end zone to go up by 4 with 1:07 left. Here comes the PAT. It is up and is good.
Well, the Bengals get their first lead of the game with 1:07 left in the 4th quarter. They're up 4, so the Rams do have to score if they want to take the lead. And, the Bengals may have left too much time on the clock, but they could be thinking, we saw what happened right before halftime. They don't know any clock management.
Yeah, Cooper, I almost called you Joe.
I wish I was Joe Burrow. I'd be getting ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Cooper, like I said, Joe Burrow would have had a perfect drive on that one to get in the end zone. And if you saw the drive number, he went 9 for 9 on that drive. And what a great time by Joey Ice to really get in the end zone as a kick. Underway, and that's going to be the first kick that goes into the end zone, and that will be a touchback for the Los Angeles Rams as they bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. The Rams have 3 timeouts, 1:07 left. Matt Stafford passing today has 14 completions on 20 attempts, 143 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions so far. Does Matthew Stafford have what it takes to get the ball inside the end zone with 67 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Well, we saw them put up a tremendous drive there against the Bucks to get them into the field goal range to win. But now they need the touchdown, and if he's going to do it, that's the man you want.
Stafford going to drop back, pressure coming, throws it, and oh, that was almost an interception there.
Almost intercepted.
Stafford just couldn't find his man on that one. 2nd and 10. The Bengals have allowed 182 total yards in today's Super Bowl. 143 of those were passing yards, and 39 of those were rushing yards. So here we go, 1:04 left to go in the exciting Super Bowl. 25 on their own 25, 30 seconds left on the play clock. 2nd and 10. What does Stafford call here? What does Sean McVay and Stafford go and call here? Stafford's going to be in the shotgun formation. It's 3 receivers, 2 out right, 1 to the left, closest to your screen. 1 running back in the backfield. He's just going to hand it off to Akers. Akers into the outside, and he'll be dropped down shy of the first down mark, and the Rams will call their first timeout of the second half.
Questionable play call there, especially to run it when you are down. And I get you have 3 timeouts, but you could have ran a little out route and saved those 3 timeouts. But like we were saying, the Rams, they have no idea how to manage the clock.
Right, 59 seconds left to go, just under a minute. The Rams were able to call that timeout. 3rd and 3 from their own 32. Stafford in the shotgun formation, probably going to pass the ball here. Stafford's going to drop back, looks for a receiver, throws it to his running back. That'll be caught for the first down before he's dropped down at just outside the 40-yard line. Stafford now 15 for 22 on the night. And time slowly winding down. The Rams have got to do something.
They're
to get
not
in
in
the
a
end zone.
hurry to do anything.
The Rams are doing exactly what they did at the end of the first half, and they're not using their timeouts. They're just milking the clock away. You know, we're no stranger to seeing Stafford throw a Hail Mary and getting the touchdown to win the game. So here we go. Stafford drops back, looks on his own 39, throws it to Jefferson. Jefferson will have enough for the first down, and now they're going to call their second timeout of the game, of the second half, And now the Rams have 208 total yards, 29 seconds left. And what does the Rams got to do to get inside? So it's inside the end zone because they can't kick the field goal, and they're now on the Cincinnati 49-yard line. And now both teams are in the huddle trying to discuss what they're going to do to win the Super Bowl. And Cooper, now here we go, 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Stafford still in the shotgun formation, has 1 running back in the backfield, 2 receivers outright. Stafford going to drop back, looks, still in the pocket. The line is slowly breaking down as Matt Stafford's going to get sacked.
Got to call a timeout here or hurry up and spike it, and they do call a timeout.
And the Rams are able to call a timeout, and they're now back in their own field possession, their own field of play at the 41-yard line. They have 2 timeouts left, 20 seconds. Stafford, does he have what it takes?
Yeah, there's no I'm going to fix you there. No timeouts for the
Yeah,
Rams.
I see it now. I was reading the bottom ticket there, and it
You
said
got to
2.
get a deep out route. You got to catch it and get out of bounds.
2nd and 20 from the 41-yard line. Stafford drops back, looks. Can he find somebody? Deep pass. That's going to be intercepted. That's going to be Cincinnati football if they call it an interception.
It was incomplete. Caught it out of bounds. So 3rd and 20. The game's coming to the close here.
3rd and 20 from the 41-yard line. 15 seconds left to go on the clock. Stafford talking to Vaughn Jefferson, Odell Beckham Jr. Now the Cincinnati Bengals are just going to pretty much run the prevent defense to stop the Hail Mary. Stafford's going to drop back, looks, has all day in the pocket, still has all day. He's going to throw a deep one. Can someone catch it? And that's going to be incomplete. 6 seconds left to go here on the clock. 4th and 20 for the Super Bowl. What does Stafford do? Does he show his clutchness in the Super Bowl, his first ever Super Bowl, or does he do what he did in the playoffs in Detroit and choke the game away?
Well, right now, you just got to hope your offensive line holds here, and you got to go to the end zone.
6 seconds left. Here goes. Stafford drops back from the 41-yard line still. Time's going to expire, and that will be the Super Bowl as he was able to get the big sack of the game, and the Bengals are able to win the Super Bowl by a score of 14-10. Cooper, I know you wanted the Rams to win it, but now the Bengals have done it. The Bengals have done it in Madden 22. They won the Super Bowl. As you see SoFi Stadium, it's filled with the orange and black. Once you see the orange and black, you know the Bengals have won it. So, Cooper, what are your final thoughts here from the Super Bowl?
Well, the Rams screwed themselves over in the second half, end of the first half when they didn't get the field goal. But keep in mind, everyone, this is Madden, so anything is possible.
Yeah, so you see the Cincinnati Bengals and Rams, coinciding in the field, congratulating each other on the great game fought. You see the player of the game, Joe Burrow, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, as both teams are just, congratulating one each other. The Rams are congratulating the Bengals. The Bengals are saying good game to the Rams. You know, being good sportsmanship so far. And SoFi Stadium, as you see now, the Lombardi Trophy being raised by them Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase are so far undefeated in championship games and playoff games. So that's going to pretty much do it here from Red Wolf Roundtable's coverage of the Super Bowl here from Madden 22, Cooper. I'm Tristan Harlan, your Cooper Melder. Thanks, everybody, for watching the Super Bowl extravaganza. We will see you guys next time. Stay cool, everybody.